good. Okay, folks, please stand. And Goldie, please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for just a moment. Heavenly Father, bless this assemblage. Grant us the wisdom to make our every decision fair-minded and in the best interest for all its residents. Amen. Thank you. Okay, Hope.
Yes. The meeting for August 21st, 2012 is now called to order. Collins?
Aye.
Mendicino? That's okay. Nioras?
Aye.
Carvin? Villanova?
Yes. Okay. We'll now entertain a motion to approve the minutes from July 17th.
Motion to approve minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Collins? Mendicino? Nioras? Villanova?
Yes. Okay. Departmental reports. Town clerk.
Deposited to the supervisor for the month of July 2012. $2,319.20. Total of collection $6,051. This is a new.
I
don't know if you see this.
New
right?
spreadsheet, Hope. Okay.
A new graph. Lovely.
Very good. What does this spreadsheet help you with? Better breakdown, or?
This was what was requested from Mr. Arcaro.
Okay.
And also Mr. Nowotnik. It doesn't have the comparison for 2011, but I do have the information on the other sheets. For 2011, July, it was $2,066.05.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And tax collections for the month of July 2012. Deposit to the supervisor of the town of Rye, $429,114.16. Deposit to the treasurer of the village of Portchester, $1,570,559.54. Deposit to the treasurer of the village of Rybrook, $1,969,700.65. A total of $3,969,374.35. Bishop? Here.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you can see the Crawford Park activity is pretty much tracking a little bit behind last year. We think that the price increases and the new alcohol policy are having somewhat of an effect on that. Revenue-wise, we're also a touch behind. I don't think we're going to hit the $72,000 that we did in 2011.
I have to just mention this again, but our expenses should be down as well. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. I guess it was last year we made the transition to event coordinators that are hired specifically for each event. So our labor cost has a tendency to track our revenue cost, so we should see that in the budget.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Do we want to bring up the camera issue at all, just to mention?
No. Yeah, if you'd like to go.
I just wanted to alert the board. We've completed our perimeter, what I would call perimeter security camera situation up at at Crawford Park. This was the project you guys approved about 2 or 3 months ago, and it's interesting. We hope to have it available to you. In other words, you will be password protected, but you'll be able to access it and actually see what's going on at the park if you wish. Other than that, it covers mostly the playing field areas, the driveways, the mansion itself. That's the
installation went smoothly, though?
Installation went
unexpected.
smoothly, and we have an appointment on Monday for what we call the final tune-up. This is to properly aim the cameras, properly focus them, that kind of stuff, which we have not done yet.
Okay, so I guess we'll expect then a report in September.
Yes.
With your final sign-off on it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
okay.
We'll even try and give you a demo if we can.
Very good. Maybe that'd be a good idea to log in from here.
Yep.
Okay.
Just curious, remember we were going to dig the ditch and consider putting some of the current
We did.
above-ground wires.
We did.
We got them underground.
Yes. Yes, our staff actually did the digging.
Right.
Verizon came in and buried the phone line, and all of the security lines are underground. So there's no visual pollution in the park. The only thing we have to do now is try and grow grass there.
Do we want to talk about the caretaker now, or should we talk about that?
Well, it's Crawford
Amongst
Park, I don't know
ourselves.
how you want to do it, but the caretaker has moved in. He's actually been working. He's been, at various events and afternoons, spending his afternoons there. We will have his full attention by this weekend. He moved in about half of his materials this past weekend.
Okay. Because I was going through the park last Tuesday, and there were cars everywhere. And it was, literally I had to squeeze through to get down the street, and I was hoping that would be one of the things he would keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. Comments from the public? Goldie? Instead of comments from the public, let's just put Goldie.
I'm sorry. It really hurts me to come here because I know you all and I love you all, but we're suffering. We need your help. We need your help in Portchester because I keep telling you, Portchester is the poorest community in Westchester County. We have more off the tax rolls between the nonprofit corporates and the municipal property. We are a low-income to a middle-income community. We have to help the elderly. We have to help the disabled. We have to help those that have lost their jobs. We have to help an awful lot of people who are struggling to stay in their homes and run their businesses. We have a lot of homes that can't be sold because our taxes are too high. We have a lot of empty stores because they can't make it. They just can't make it. Okay? There are a lot of problems. Right now we're finding out that our assessments are much too high, and you have to get them lowered. Please help us. Our taxes are too high. They don't take into consideration age, condition, and location, which they should. We are an antique community. We are an elderly community. We are a poor community at this point, and our census figures are all wrong. Our census figures are all wrong. We have thousands of people here above the census figures, but a lot of people don't speak the language, and yet we're all Americans. You have to remember, we're all Americans. The map, North America, Central America, South America. We are the United States of America, and everybody from around the world that comes into the United States is American. They don't all speak English, but they are all Americans, and we need more. They've cut the health, welfare, and safety in the village of Portchester. We need more police officers. Our health, welfare, and safety, our police, our firemen, our EMTs, our public works, and of course our military. They're all saviors. They're all saviors. They help us. But government doesn't help us. Government doesn't care about us. And that's the problem. So please, we need your help. The other thing I'd like to tell you is, and I did speak and you heard it before, but a lot of people have not heard this. I'm on the entertainment committee. And this Wednesday, tomorrow, at the marina, at the waterfront, okay, we have a concert going on. And what is it? Carlos Jimenez and the Mamba Band. And you have to bring me chairs down there at about 6:45. It'll go on to about 8 o'clock, I think. Okay? There's two concerts, that one and the next one on Wednesday night. And I'm not sure about that one. Okay? But also, this Saturday is Portchester Day. We're having a wonderful day at Lion Park. Please, God, let the weather be good. At Lion Park for not only the children, but for everybody at Lion Park on this Saturday. Okay? So please, come out, and come to the waterfront tomorrow night for that concert. We have Dancing Under the Stars, and I hope it doesn't rain and it doesn't thunder, because Carlos Jimenez is great, and his band is great. we have to bring chairs. So please remember, 2 concerts, one tomorrow night and the next one next Wednesday night, and Portchester Day is this Saturday. So please, come out, everybody. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments from the public? Okay. All right, Friends of Crawford Park are on here. Linda Klein?
It's Laura.
Oh, Laura. I'm sorry.
Oh, Laura. Yeah, sorry. Hello. Good. Hi, Laura.
Hello, how are you guys? Good evening. Thanks for having me. I'm Laura Klein.
Yes, there you go.
From the president of Friends of Crawford Park. We're a nonprofit gardening group that basically our mission is to beautify and preserve Crawford Park. Our busiest times of year are the spring and fall. This spring, we redesigned and revitalized the sunken garden and the wildflower garden, and we took advantage of the warm spring and transplanted some perennials that were getting crowded and spread them out throughout the park. We met every Wednesday for about 5 weeks, and together with our landscaping crew, we really made a great impact in the park. We are now gearing up for fall. We plan on planting a natural border on the side of a new stockade fencing which faces the kitchen. We've lost a lot of trees over in that area, and it's highly visible, so it needs a lot of sprucing up. We've also started talking to GPS, which is the contract company that does the mowing in the park, about creating a better-looking front entrance, the entrance on Ridge Street. We have a lot of ideas on how to make that better, and look forward to working with Rocco and his crew at GPS. Those 2 fall planting projects are in line with our mission of preserving and beautifying the park. But there are other areas that the Friends believe that are the town's responsibility, and we want to bring them to your attention tonight. I know the town wants to save taxpayer money, and while the Friends have close to 300 members in the community, we don't have the resources to manage a 36-acre park alone. The 4 areas of concern are dead trees, invasive vines, the playground, and building maintenance. I spent about 15 minutes in the park this morning taking pictures, and it doesn't take long to see the thousands of dollars of care that are needed. There's 18 dead or dying trees in the park. Many of them are close to the house and the road, and that's a real safety hazard. And also it looks really bad. Does the town know this?
Well, I will just speak to that, is that we have a proactive tree program, an arborist that has worked both with Crawford Park and with Rydetown Park, which we manage as well. The one thing that we've realized is that through that effort, when the storm does come into the area, the damage is kept to a minimum because of that. So if there is a specific dead tree that you're identifying, or multiple trees, I'm sure that they have been identified and probably will be taken down. Do you want to speak to that, Bishop?
Well, I can only say we do watch it. We are aware of 18 trees, as a matter of fact, specifically. But more importantly, we just took down 5 trees in the park, I would say, within the past
2 months?
2 months.
Right.
And again, we do look at it. The problem is we can't wholesale go through. We just don't have the budget to do that. So we will be doing that on a regular basis. Many of these trees are not what I would call in dangerous areas. There are a couple, I agree. But many of them are, in areas that are either lightly traveled or what have you, that don't present a danger to people. So,
right. There's one that took.
But we do intend to remove all the dead trees. We did that at Rydetown Park a few years ago, and our intention is to do it at Crawford as well.
So I know you had like a $20,000 budget for tree removal. Did you already $10,000 budget? Have you already used that this year? And
well, we've used a good portion of it. Yes,
it takes a lot.
There's a few thousand left over that we can still do something.
Okay.
Obviously, if there is a situation that presents itself where there is an emergency or a safety concern, we're not beholden to a budget, a line item for maintenance. It's a different line
I just
item.
don't want to react. I'd rather be proactive on some of these trees that are especially
And that we
close
are.
to the. Okay. The next area of concern is invasive vines. The GPS group does a great job of mowing on a weekly basis, but they don't weed. It's not in their contract to weed. They just go in and get out, that's what they're there for. So what's happening is the perimeter of the park is getting overgrown by all these invasive vines, and it's starting to look like a green mound that's going around the park because that's just not being addressed. So I was wondering if there was a plan to, to talk about invasive vines, maybe have some of the staff people that are there work on invasive vines. That's a huge, it's something that we've planted, over 100 trees in the Friends of Crawford Park have planted 100 trees, and now they're just kind of getting overgrown, and it's an issue that needs to be worked on. It doesn't need to be addressed right now, but just put it in your bonnet. So the next area is the playground. It's an eyesore. It looks like it should be in inner city Detroit or Baltimore. Not to offend anyone from Detroit or Baltimore, but our community deserves updated equipment. And now the grass is slowly growing inside the wood chips. And it's I remember, a long time ago there was talks of trying to revamp the playground and doing something with that. There was, something of a workaround of trying to make that a better looking park, and that's all, been pushed away. But I think that it would probably take about $80,000 to make a new playground, and perhaps we could join forces and create a community fund to address that. I know a lot of people have come up to me and been like, I'd like to help do something with that. So there's some, people out there that are wanting to help get that going. Building maintenance is also an ongoing issue, and I know the staff has been busy painting the upstairs, but no one's using the upstairs, right? And now that the staircase plans have been put on hold, no one will. Meanwhile, strips of paint are coming off the columns in the front of the mansion, and there's holes in the ceilings in the kitchen. And I think this picture of the girls' bathroom, there's been a hole in the women's bathroom outside for 5 or 6 years that I know of. So, is there a plan to fix all these building maintenance issues? And clearly, we don't have the funds to do that, and it's a beautiful mansion, and it needs to be maintained and updated. But I appreciate.
I have a quick question for our parks foreman. Frank, this was vandalism, if I remember correctly? This hole in this bathroom?
No, that wasn't vandalism. That's to get to the pipes.
But why is this a hole here?
That's in the pavilion.
In the pavilion.
Yeah, this wasn't vandalism? I thought that this was...
No, that's where the pipes are, but we can take care of that right away. I met with Bishop and Mike Antonio this morning, and we have a plan that we're going to be taking care of in the next, several weeks, repairing some benches around the playground. After the band camp finishes next week, my two guys are going to be sanding and painting in the pavilion, the exterior of the pavilion, the interior of the pavilion, and the bathrooms.
Okay, so
we discussed that today.
My quick question here. Tom, could you hear Frank when he talks? Come up, Frank, please. So and please don't go anywhere, Laura. So my question, Frank, is that you have it's a monthly meeting that we attend with the Friends of Crawford Park.
Yes.
Now, all of these items just came up between last month and this month?
We haven't had representation for 3 months because, for one thing, Bishop's been out of town, and Bishop's great, but he's one guy, so someone else should be coming to the meetings.
Okay, because it appears that a lot of these items here almost appear to be longer than 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
The things in the playground, the grass growing through, that's something our staff should see and do something about immediately, as well as the hole. And all these things that she's pointed out to us, other than trees, are things that really our staff should be on top of.
Yeah.
They don't have to cut the lawn anymore. That's taken away from them, so they have the opportunity to do all the rest of the maintenance stuff.
Frank, I strongly suggest that you attend, personally, the next meeting with the Friends of Crawford Park.
Okay.
okay, and go through this list, okay. Your opportunity on a day-to-day is to partner with the Friends of Crawford Park and have a
Working relationship.
an easy opportunity to address these items on a regular basis. So take that
I'm
opportunity.
more than happy to meet with Laura, every month.
Well, you should. I mean, their meeting, someone needs to be there. You have 4 guys on staff, 3 guys on staff, and Bishop. Everybody takes a turn, whatever it may be. Get to this meeting.
That's fine.
All right?
No problem.
Is that good, Laura?
Good.
Thank you.
But in addition, I don't feel that we should wait till once a month to address things that are right there in front of us all the time. Someone needs to be keeping up on these things.
I agree. And Laura, I just want to make a comment about painting the second floor. And it's only because of a budget constraint when our estimate for the staircase came in too high. So up until recently, all the efforts on that second floor was to make it accessible so residents of the town of Rye can use it. Okay, so the efforts that they put forward there, not in vain, but more so being proactive and making that the facility able to be accessible and usable in the future. Okay. All right.
Can you send me those pictures?
If I can just add one thing, our ability to do what I would call large maintenance projects is extremely limited in the summertime, in the active time period between April and right about now, if you will, because we have the summer camps there and they're occupying the building 5 days a week. They're occupying the pavilion 5 days a week. So our staff doesn't have the ability to do that. We wait until those activities are over, which are highly intensive, and now we're in the process of scheduling. So, for example, we will be looking at the pavilion, doing the repairs there, painting. We've already talked about painting some of the downstairs in the mansion, which will happen throughout this fall. And I think you'll see that that's going to be occurring.
Maybe we should consider changing the scheduling to have staff there at times when it's not in use. We don't have to be married to Monday through Friday. We could change it to rotate through weekends but even with all that being said, just the people using the playground now, that should be in tip-top shape. This is the season for that.
All right, I think it was a good conversation to have and put it on the top of everybody's list.
Okay.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Laura. Okay. I'm just going to go to the podium for a second here. It's not too often that we get the opportunity to recognize people for the efforts that they put forward to help other people, and especially local residents here. So I'm going to read a proclamation from the town of Rye. So whereas the Natalia Crespo Aaron Foundation was established in December 2006, and whereas Carolina Crespo, Natalia's sister, remains dedicated to the success of this foundation and the support of college education. And whereas the Natalia Crespo Aaron Foundation presents scholarships to graduating seniors from Portchester High School to assist them with college. And whereas many Portchester High School students have received and benefited from scholarships from the Natalia Crespo Aaron Foundation. And whereas additional annual events like the Portchester Elementary School Kickball Tournament are held each year. And whereas the town of Rye recognizes Carolina Crespo for her efforts to help students realize a successful college education, it is hereby resolved, on behalf of the citizens of the town of Rye, we wish to extend thanks and our deep gratitude to Carolina Crespo and the Natalia Crespo Foundation for their positive public service in our community. And therefore, the Rye Town Board proclaims today August 21st, 2012, will be and hereby recognized as Carolina Crespo Day throughout the compound of the town of Rye.
Photo op, turn.
Hi, good evening. I'm Carolina Crespo. I don't have anything prepared to say. I didn't know if I was going to be allowed to speak, but I wanted to say that my family and I came from Uruguay in South America. We came to Portchester in 1984-5, and this town gave my family and I a home. It gave us a community to grow up with, gave us my sister and I, a wonderful education through all of the school system, and most of all gave us a wonderful community of a family. Most importantly, it was shown to us when my sister was sick in 1993, and up until she passed in 2006. It was an outpouring of support and love from this community, from every part of town, from all ages, from all ethnicities. My family and I will forever be grateful for this town. And that's why when my sister passed in 2006, we started this foundation, mostly because I think the one thing she always wanted was to help other people. And for those of you that know her, this is definitely probably her biggest wish. So we set up the foundation, and the kickball game, I want to take recognition for it, but it really is a combination of everyone that participates in it. It was actually co-founded by Andy Laval and Eileen Lovett from Portchester. Turned out to be this fun thing where we wanted to see which elementary school is better than the other, being all over 21 now, old and not in elementary school. And that very first year, I remember I went and I set up a little booth and said, maybe I'll get some funds here and to go towards the scholarship and make a little money. And then from that first year on, this was just now the fourth year, it turned into becoming a fundraising event for just the foundation. But thanks to really the donations of this community, every single person that participates, even people that just stopped by, came by, and donated to the foundation is why we're able to give back to the community. So my family and I are extremely honored. I was not expecting this recognition, but thank you so much to the town.
And if you would just indulge me for another quick second. I figure since we're on a roll tonight. There's a person that's come in front of this board a couple times and other boards, and we truly see him as a great advocate for the community. And I've grown to know him as someone who takes pride in what he does, and he takes the time out of his schedule to try to make our communities better, to bring us all together. And so I'm just going to read this one. This is the Town of Rye Distinguished Service Award, and it's presented to Edward Eways, community activist.
Oh my God.
Ed, the Town of Rye is proud to honor you for volunteering your time and talent to the Town of Rye and the Village of Portchester. Your events and actions on behalf of our community have helped bring back many groups together to celebrate our common bonds. Through the Unity March, the kickball tournaments that you're involved in, Knock Out the Negativity campaign, have shown people that we can all live better and happier lives if we just make an effort. On behalf of the Town of Rye, the Town Board, with our grateful appreciation for providing an invaluable service to the town, I, along with the entire Town Council, present you with this Distinguished Service Award in recognition for your many years of community service, signed on this day. And Ed, even though you're receiving this, it doesn't let you off the hook. Okay. What this does, it's really your charge for you to continue those efforts. Okay, and we're going to depend on you. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
I didn't expect that one.
I speak a lot, so I'm just going to say just two things. What makes me able to what I do isn't necessarily talent or gift that people think that I have. It's the community, and it's everybody in here. I mean, I look around. I know people here since high school. I grew up with people that's contributed to my work, and I just want to say thank you to Ms. Villanova and this board, and thank you for recognizing the Natalia Crespo Foundation. I appreciate that. It's very important. And I'd like to just dedicate this award to the Natalia Crespo Foundation and the entire community that's been there for me. Thank you.
That was great, though.
You see why we're so special.
It's funny.
Okay. If everybody wants to stay, you can stay for the remainder of the meeting. It shouldn't be so painful. And then we can go find a guitar and we can be.
He has one in the car.
We can be serenaded by Charles Scopoletti, who's here. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention I've known Charles a long time and his family, the Scopolettis, and I tell you, Charlie, you're a beautiful guy, and you're really a shining star that came out of the town, and we love you. Okay, we have our first resolution. Hope.
Yes, we do.
Okay. This is the space lease for SER of Westchester.
Okay, I don't know if Bishop wants to mention anything, or should I just read the...
Just read it.
Okay. Whereas Sir of Westchester, White Plains, New York, wishes to be a tenant on the first floor office consisting of 330 square feet, including the closet and vestibule of the premises known as 10 Pearl Street, Dorchester, New York. And whereas the town of Rye wishes to enter into a 3-year and 3-month lease agreement with said Sir Westchester to commence on October 1st, 2012 and end on December 31st, 2015. Now, do you want me to read all the years? It's up to you.
Well, no, we know what the years are.
Yeah, because it's in the
right?
agreement, right. I mean, each year it's a different amount. For the first year from October 1st, 2012 to September 30th, 2013, it's a total of $6,000 with
Right.
$500 in equal monthly installments. October 1st, 2013 to September 30th, 2014, the sum of $6,180 payable in equal monthly installments of $515, and from October 1st, 2014 to September 2015, the sum of $6,365.40 in equal monthly installments of $530.45. And the remainder of the lease from October 1st, 2015 to December 31st, 2015, the sum of $1,639.08 payable in 3 equal monthly installments of $546. Oh, it's 46, I'm sorry. Okay, so be it further resolved that the tenant agrees to all conditions as outlined in the lease agreement dated August 21st, 2012. Be it further resolved that the town of Rye authorizes Supervisor Carden being hereby to enter into the lease agreement with said Sir of Westchester.
Okay, so that's the resolution. Do we have a motion to accept?
Can you just tell us what does this, what do they do? Like, do you know anything about their background?
I do not know about this company.
Be glad to fill you in. They run programs, and they have run programs for the last several years at Edison School, the family school concept. It was Sarah of Westchester that got the $500,000 grant to run that program at Edison School. They're now also running programs at JFK Elementary School. They're housed in White Plains. 80 to 90% of their work is actually done in Portchester, and that's one of the reasons why they wanted to move into Portchester.
Okay.
The space we're putting them in is the former assessor's office, Mitch Markowitz's old office on the first floor right next to the elevator.
Yep.
And they're happy as clams if you guys approve.
Okay.
All right.
So do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And please call the roll.
Okay, Collins.
Aye.
Mendicino. Nioras.
Aye.
Villanova.
Yes. Okay, now we have another space lease, and this is for the Council for the Arts.
Right. Okay, their office is at 211 South Ridge Street in Rye Brook. They're in need of storage space, and the town of Rye wishes to enter into an agreement to rent Council of the Arts storage space at the town garage located at 511 West William Street, Rye Brook, New York. Therefore, that said lease shall be for a term of 3 years and 3 months, and it shall commence on October 1st, 2012, and end on December 31st, 2015. The first year, should I just read it that way? The first year will be $6,000 payable in equal monthly installments of $500. The second year will be the sum of $6,180 payable in equal monthly installments of $515. The third year would be the sum of $6,365 payable in equal installments of $546.46, and the remainder of the 3 months, October 1st to December 31st, the sum of $1,639.08.
Whoops.
Okay,
So
yeah, that's
is it-
another thing. 8 cents.
Right.
Oh, okay, which was monthly installments of $546.36. And said tenant agrees to all conditions as outlined in the lease agreement dated August 21st, 2012.
Which we're publishing.
This should be 536.30 over here.
536, 5.
In essence, there's a 3% escalator if you want to do the calculations.
No, it's...
Okay, so here's the question. Is the numerical value correct or the written value
I
correct?
think it's the numerical value is correct, because this
Okay.
is the last one, and so this is what's incorrect, the written.
Whoa.
Okay.
What do we have?
Installment number from...
546.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Should read
36.
500.
Or 30.
and 46 cents.
Right. We can fix that. The
Yeah,
lease
it's
has
on
not
the-
been signed.
it's on
Thank
the
you.
lease.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that, it's
Okay.
not, I took the figures from the lease.
So do I have a motion to for this
that.
resolution as amended?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Collins.
Aye.
Collins. Mendicino.
Aye.
Nioras.
Aye.
Villanova.
Yes. Okay, Mitch Markowitz. All right, we have a certiorari, and this is for 350 Irving Avenue. If you can give us the overview here.
The overview is this is a multifamily dwelling in the village of Portchester. The resolution resolves assessment years 2004 through 2010 inclusive. I'll just make a couple of comments about the resolution and the whole package. The resolution provides for no reductions in the first 2 years of the settlement, 2004-2005, provides a modest reduction of $28,500 in the assessment for 2006 through 2009, and a much smaller reduction in 2010 of $14,300. The aggregate, there were about $4 million of assessments and discussion, and in the aggregate, there's about $125,000 reduction over all the years. A couple of factors I want to add in here. Number one is they've agreed in writing to withdraw their 2011 certiorari. It's not part of this resolution because it wasn't necessary. And for 2012, they've agreed to withdraw their complaint. As part of the discussions with the property owners, there were two other properties, Spring Corporation and Grove Holding, wherein the owners agreed to withdraw all the years, which are the years 2004 through 2011 inclusive, and withdraw their 2012 complaints. In total, this package represents about, I forgot the number, $14 million in assessments in the aggregate, with a $125,000 reduction in total. It's relatively modest. We thought about it quite a bit. That's what's before this board.
Mitch, I want to say one thing to you. That was concise. It was exactly what we look for when we get these certiorari's, is that positive, that overview. Does anybody else agree with me? Or?
I am.
Yeah.
I think it's a great improvement.
Yeah.
I will be happy to do this every month. Just hit the guy in your chair.
Okay. All right. This is good.
Okay.
All right. So we have do we have a motion to accept this resolution?
Motion to accept.
And a second?
Second.
And please call the roll.
Collins?
Aye.
Mendicino?
Aye.
Nioras?
Aye.
Villanova?
Yes. And Mitch, next one.
Okay, Resolution D is to settle certiorari for years 2008 through 2011 for Pathmark, the Pathmark Shopping Center, Midland Avenue in Portchester. Again, we have, I won't say modest, but a reduction in 2008 from $11 million to $10,700,000, which is a reduction of $300,000. In 2009, a reduction from $11 million to $10,000,003 for a reduction of $700,000. In 2010, 2011, there are no reductions. In 2012, they've already agreed in writing to withdraw their complaint. To give you the overview, it involves about $40 million in assessments in total, and about a $1 million reduction in total.
No, because it went back to 11. It didn't go that much. See, because it's just the assessment for that one specific year.
What has led them to agree to retract their complaints for 2012?
Us being a pain. Or I could say us being right.
Okay, motion.
I definitely think. Okay, I'm sorry, Michelle. We have a motion.
Motion to approve.
And we have a second.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Collins?
Aye.
Mendicino?
Aye.
Nioras?
Aye.
Villanova?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have discussion on the 2011 audit.
Yeah, I'll talk.
All right.
Stay up here. That's going to be tabled to next meeting because the management letter, the town accountant's working on a management letter with the auditors. So once they get that, you already have the draft report,
Right.
And then you'll just approve the
management letter.
The management letter, and then the
final
right draft
Okay.
as is.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Since I'm up here, do you want me to just do finance? There's two things I have for tonight. One is the tax receivables and the in-rem, and I give everybody the tax receivable schedule as of July 31st. The last page of that report are the 30 new in-rem properties that town attorney's working on. Actually, one of those properties did pay in August, but as of July 31st, there was 30 properties that were in lien for 2 years, which qualifies them for in-rem proceedings by the town attorney. And he's working to get the money in by November 15th, and then set a date. If they don't pay by that date, then he will proceed with having the property transferred over to the town of Rye. On that schedule, you see there's a total of $1,203,000 outstanding in total taxes and interest and penalties, and to the right of that is the total assessed value of those properties, which is $12,341,000. So there's substantial money that's outstanding, and obviously for cash flow reasons we need those funds, and we have started the in-rem proceedings as quickly as possible, and town attorney and tax receiver Mecca
has expedited the process this year, so that notifications have already gone out to those properties.
Okay, thank you. Now, do you want to talk about the...
Yep.
Yep, go ahead.